Hey guys, Jen Lohman here. I'm doing my report on Number the Stars by Louise Lowry. This story takes place in Denmark in 1943 while World War II is going on, and the Germans are occupying Denmark. They are going to try to relocate all the Jewish population to concentration camps. The story has two main characters, 10-year-old little girls, Ellen Rossen, who is Jewish herself, and Anne Marie Johansson, whose family is not Jewish. The Johansson family takes Ellen into their home and treats her as her own. When the German soldiers come to their apartment, raiding it, looking for people, they claim her as their oldest daughter who had died in the past. But they are fearful for her life when the button store closes because that's a sign that the Jews are in more danger than they originally had thought. So the problems in this story are the genocide in Denmark, where we're getting rid of all the Jews to send them to concentration camps to be killed. The fact that Ellen gets separated from her parents in the transition to Sweden for safety, that can cause psychological problems in the long run and issues like that. The lack of resources for Denmark because the Germans are controlling everything and they don't have a whole lot there. And with the lack of resources is also a shortage of food. So they they don't have sugar, and sometimes cream is a treat, things like that. So a couple of theories that were shown in this story. The strength perspective theory. Several people throughout the novel show this. The people of Denmark, first, they risk their own safety to try to help smuggle the Jewish population into Sweden. Ellen and Anne Marie, who are very, very close friends, and they also become adapted to living together and to, hiding things and keeping secrets when the German soldiers stop them on their way to school, things such as that. And there's two other people in the story. Henrik, who is Anne Marie's uncle, and he's a fisherman that lives on the coast. So he's close to Sweden and owns a boat. So he takes people from from Denmark to Sweden. And Peter, he works for the Danish Resilience. So he's trying to help move the people from wherever they are to the fishermen's boats. The systems ecological theory is how behaviors are caused by people's environments. At times during the novel, most of the non-Jewish, as well as the Jewish population, exhibit some sort of fear caused by the soldiers, the German soldiers being in the constant presence of Denmark. They also have a tendency to lie about things. The girls are lied to often in regards to what's happening, especially when it comes to where Ellen's parents are or where they're going next, or things like that. The kids are taught to lie to the soldiers. The parents lie to the soldiers when they come and raid the Johansson's apartment. They show pictures of their oldest daughter who had died previously and claim that that's who Ellen is so that she may stay alive and still be left in that apartment with them. The conflict theory is overall the whole plot of the novel. It's definitely between the Germans and the country of Denmark. Denmark is small and has a very small army, and at one point in the novel, it shared about how Denmark had sunk all their own ships just to prevent Germany from taking them over. On my personal reflection, I say that I feel like this was an awful time. I can't imagine these two little girls or anybody living through the fear of being taken away and sent to a camp where you know you're going to die. And while it wasn't a problem for Anne Marie, it was a problem for Ellen. And as a Christian, I've just never had to worry about that. I've always been able to share my beliefs and not worry about being persecuted for it. I do see resilience in the Danish people, the Jewish population, Ellen, definitely the Johansen family, Peter, just all of the people that helped to get the Jewish population out of Denmark and into Sweden. In the end of the book, it does share that Denmark is free again, obviously, as we know how World War II ended. It happened in 1945. And they're allowed to fly their flags and all that, stuff. Their stores reopen, the shortage of food comes to an end, and life is back to normal. The Rosen family comes home, so the girls are reunited. It also shares in the book that this story was written by the author based on stories that her friend who survived and lived through this had told her. So while it's a fictional story, it's based on some firsthand experience. So thanks for listening, and I would encourage anybody to read this book.